Shalom.
Shalom, Kalal Wahwadla, Yahweh, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostle and as a Gms.S.O.T.E. Welcome. Peace and salutations to the brothers and the four corners of this earth, pushing this word into common sincerity. You know, we out here again another week, pushing in this word. You know, as we supposed to, as we ought to, as the scriptures say, we have an unction and we know all things. You know, so we bringing forth scriptures this, as I would say, lovely Sunday. You know, what a time to be alive. We witnessing the downfall. No, but we just go through some scriptures, which is also prophecy in Isaiah 63.
To say what I say, to prophesy unto the people.
Can.
You understand?
Can.
But that definition of prophesy about.
That is the unction from the womb. Because I say you ordained us even before the womb. Before we were formed in the womb, He knew us. You understand? So, therefore we were predestined to do this. And we are here to fulfill our duty, do our part, you know. That is Isaiah 63 there.
From one?
From one.
Isaiah 63.
Let's read slow. And we groove in.
Isaiah 63, verse 1, it say, who is this that cometh from Edom?
Coming from Edom, go ahead.
It say with dyed garments
Dyed garments.
from Bozrah.
Which brother should know that Bozrah is the capital city of Edom. You know? Go ahead.
Right? You see, this that is glorious in his apparel.
Glorious in his apparel.
It's a traveling in the greatness of his strength.
In the greatness of his strength. We know the most high is all powerful. Yahushua is the Son will also be all powerful. Go ahead.
It say, I that speak in righteousness. It say, might to save. It say, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Yeah, your apparel red. You understand? But we will go down in what your apparel red for. So go ahead. Oh, yeah, that piece up.
No, that piece up.
Right, go ahead. You go ahead.
This is Revelations 19. I'll read from verse from verse 11, right? Revelation 19, verse 11. It say, and I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness doth judge and make war.
God. Which is Yahushua. You understand? He coming back here to make war, because you see he come to shape sword. You understand? He come bearing a sword, and you don't use a sword to declare peace. You understand?
But he uses a sword to make peace, but
but you don't use a sword to declare it. You understand?
But like I said, that also why he also have one of the names are called what? We talk about many crowns. So he can come in to take the kingdom from the kings of the earth that we see today, the ones who are in rulership.
And they are not even, they shouldn't even name the kings that they are not. Understand? They're just in rulership now. This is their kingdom. You know?
You see, verse 12, it say, his eyes were as the flame of fire. It say on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Dipped in blood, can't I? Right down, it will be red. Vesture dipped in blood. Understand?
You see, and his name was called the Word of Power.
Good.
Right, but let me go to
verse 3.
Yeah.
Go ahead, stop it.
No, but verse 2, I still have verse 2.
Alright, good.
Right, Isaiah 63 verse 2, it say, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Yeah, because thy garment dipped in blood, as the brother now read. Go ahead.
And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Yeah, can you will go down into that just now.
And that is your spiritual life, because when it is that he walked as a man, the garments was like, you know, also the wine on it.
That one it was actual wine fat, because it was known as a
wine
beber, which goes back into wine tipler, which means to drink alcohol in excess. You understand? Which is facts. Good.
So you come back in a similar manner, but it wouldn't be like actual.
So whereas the wine spills will be on the top of your garment, okay, you drink it, now it will be at the bottom because it's dipped in blood. You know?
See, verse 3 say, I have trodden the winepress alone.
Yeah, he has trodden the winepress alone. Well,
It say, and of the people there was none with me.
there was none with him.
Yeah. It say, for I will tread them in mine anger
Uh-huh.
and trample them in my fury,
Uh-huh.
and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
Alright, bring up this something. They say about the blood will be sprinkled on the garments, right? In Jeremiah 49 and 12, verse 12. For thus saith the Most High, behold, they whose judgments was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? No, that means what? Them that join league with Edom. You understand? Because what verse 1 say, who is it that come from Edom? With his garments died from Bozrah. Which means what? He went into the capital city of Edom. You understand?
It's like that.
You understand? It's say what? But the garments died from Bozrah, which died from the capital of Edom. You know? So I read about Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith the Most High, behold, this whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, have assuredly drunken. And that thou, he that shall altogether go unpunished, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shall surely drink of it yet. They that join forces with Edom will what? Surely drink of that same cup of the wrath of the Most High. You know? Verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Most High, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. You understand? So the Most High swear by himself that the capital of Edom will fall. You know, and I have a precept to go with that. What?
Look at the capital of Edom today. It's whole America.
Come.
America is the capital city, the city,
Can.
that golden city they talk about in
The so-called the capital of the world, as they like to say.
call it golden city like they talk about in Isaiah 14. You understand? So that represents like the modern day Bozrah. That's why scriptures say mystery Babylon, which is America, is going to be complete desolate.
Can.
That only the wild beasts and desert creatures going to live there. Right?
Can. In Numbers 23 and 19. Power is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? You understand? Going back to the Jeremiah just now, I was reading.
What I say, what repent means so what to turn back or to
Can.
refrain from. So when the Lord, that's why he say, such is my word that goeth forth out of my mouth.
Can.
Right? When it is the Lord say go and do something, especially when he put it as a witness, many witnesses testify against it.
Can.
And even today, we have the Bible as a written witness that this is what the Lord going and do. He's not going and change his mind. Unlike people out there who think that the Lord going and somehow turn around and
somehow want to say, you know,
like
it's alright, everybody get grace.
like when they watch the movie Legion, you know Legion?
Yeah, when the angel come, man.
Yeah.
That was heresy.
Real
That was
foolishness.
heresy. That was heresy.
And the Lord and the Most High change his mind from where he's gone. No, it don't work so.
God.
But that is what they would like. Why? Because they want this place to continue.
God. So I will read over verse 13 from what I just read in Numbers. Because it says, well, he's not a man that he should lie. Right? And in Jeremiah 49 and 13. For I have sworn by myself, saying the Most High, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Verse 14. Verse 14. I have heard a rumor from the Most High, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. Yeah, that is like what's going on with Russia, China, and so on and so on. So now basically the nuclear power is divided in two. It's the US and their allies, and Russia and their allies. Russia gathering, as the scripture says, gather together and rise.
Which is prophecy.
You understand?
Revelation 6.
Can.
See how they were given a red horse, was given a great sword that they should fight one against another.
Can.
And that we've seen happening even now. Because the Russians are Edomites.
Can.
And
Can.
Americans are Edomites.
Can. Verse 15. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. You understand? That is what's going on. So America becoming what? Small among the heathen, and also the spies among the heathen as well. You understand? Because the Russians don't like the Americans. Well, not the Russians don't like Americans, but the head of Russia don't like the head of America or whatever. They have beef, basically.
But right now, you're only seeing that on a minimum scale. When it is again in the kingdom, it will not be at its full peak. Because in the kingdom, it's like how we are the slums and youths in this society. In the kingdom, Edomites going to be the slums and youths. So that's when that prophecy going on be complete, so to speak. You understand? They're going to be lowest of the low until eventually they get wiped out. Right.
Now, I said that. Go back in Isaiah 63 and verse 3.
I think I'll read about you verse 3.
Yeah, read about verse 3.
Isaiah 63 verse 3, it says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
There was none with him.
It says, for I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury.
As we just read.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
Yeah, their blood, even Edom and all those that drink at a cup of Edom. They that in league with Edom.
It say, and I will stain all my raiments.
Gone.
It say, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart.
The day of what?
Of vengeance is in my heart.
Right, let me give you something here. In Romans 12 and 19, it say what? It said, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine.
Like I say, that's why you say that why like when the apostles talk about men who in that kind of zealot spirit, the ones who like to go around with guns and talk about taking, but just like in the past in the Roman Empire, it was the same thing. That the zealots who actually wanted to physically fight back against the kingdom, but really and truly,
there was the way, there was that patience. That's why the scripture says, well, here lies the patience of the saints.
No, that's it. But what I was going to say is, that is also why I say the weapons of our warfare are carnal. Right? We not fighting a physical war. The only physical war we fighting is technically a spiritual one, and that is with ourselves. You understand?
Same thing I was thinking.
But other than that, we not fighting a literal gun battle out here. We fighting through the word, through the spirit. And we waiting for the and we waiting for the Lord to come back to fight the battle for us. Because if it wasn't for divine intervention, we would not get out of this place. The Most High make Esau perfect in his nonsense. You understand? That's why scripture say what? If the days have to be shortened, there's no flesh will be saved. You understand? If it wasn't for divine intervention, all of us would be fucked. So to speak.
No, like fact, not so to speak.
If the Lord wasn't coming to return to bring divine intervention,
we wouldn't even be out here. It wouldn't be no purpose to this.
You understand?
You understand?
That would be it. That is what we believe, and we know that is what's going to happen. That is why we out here hastening the days and waiting patiently until the Lord returns to grab us. Because that is his promise to elect. Right?
Romans 12, now let's read about Romans 12 and 19. Romans 12 verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, say the Lord. That is why in Isaiah 63, but I was reading about the day of vengeance coming, right? You know, here next one here in Acts.
Correct. And truly, we in punishment right now. If we can't take yourself that punishment, we are good long time. You understand? We have to wait until the time, the scripture says everything is a time and a season. And we waited until that time has been fulfilled for the Lord to come and take us out of this.
Acts 2 from 19. It says, and I will shew wonders in heaven above and signs on the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. You understand? When you say blood and fire, now, remember, as I start to read, it says what? It says he will show signs in heaven above, the blood moons. You understand? And earth beneath. As the brother who not here right now was bringing out when he was banging, he talked about what? The heat wave so dread that the earth itself cracking. You understand? Over in America right now.
Forest burning up for no reason.
Forest fires. You understand? Out of nowhere. That is what the script describing before he come. This is a precept. These precepts going down into the signs that will happen before he come, right? So I'm reading verse 19. And I will shew wonders in heaven above, and signs in earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke, which goes back into the forest fires, right? 20, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and notable day of the Lord come. You understand? That goes back into the blood moons and eclipses we having. Like every year we having what, 4 or 5 of them. You understand? And all of them is saying, well, it's a super moon and they're going on like this for 100 years and all sorts of things. You know? Verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Next piece of after that. And eventually you say, what whosoever call on the Lord, and the white brothers is always talking about reading with understanding.
God.
Because a lot of people just read these things and they just always think that it's a universal application.
Yep.
But it's not. It's our particular group that you're referring to. So what's it? I think right to 20, 21. 220 and 21.
2:20 and 21 it say, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. You understand? And he's not talking about everybody, he's talking about the men of Israel because they get the adoptions or something.
The next verse?
22?
21. 21?
That was not 21
Oh,
already.
22.
22?
Slap, yeah.
Ye men of Israel, hear these words.
And really and truly is not all of Israel. Okay, say what the elect have obtained it, and the rest of blinded. Those are the ones that call upon the name of the Lord. The elect of Israel.
God, even in John it say what they went out of us, but they were not of us.
You understand?
So yes, they are from Israel, but what they take up ways of the heathen and stick with it. They are not Israelites. They have to be counted as heathen.
Okay, even out of the ones who actually know the name of the Lord, the scripture also said what? It said not everyone that say Lord, Lord shall enter into the kingdom, which means to have men, just like men who fall out, they scoff, but they still call upon the name of the Lord.
God.
But the Lord not going to hear them. He said, well, say what, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I know you not. Right? So that way all these things are to be read with understanding with context. And there's also why the scriptures have, as the scriptures say what? They say, before you have the teachers, that's paraphrasing, you have need that one teach you again. Go ahead. Are you finished with that? Go back.
Yeah, I finished with that. Go back on Isaiah 63.
Alright, Isaiah 63, verse 5, right? It says, and I looked, and there was none to help. So like, yeah, he said there was none to help.
Yeah, who could help the Most High? Who could say, you know what's going on here, Shah, and then you're Muslim? Who could do that by that, yo, Shah? We talking about like, be real?
I'm a piece of
Go ahead.
So there's Deuteronomy 32, verse 39, right? It says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me.
No power, you understand? That is why the meaning of that word is so important. You understand? Or even if you want to read a little bit and say, well, there is no God with him. You understand? It has no power with him. That is why in John Wade say, well, in the beginning was the word, and the word was power, and the word was with power. It's because why? When the Most High get the word, it's hard to be done. That is why that read like that. That is why it say, well, in the beginning was the word, which is the command from the Most High. You understand? And the word,
which represents Mashiach.
Which represents Mashiach, and the word was with power.
Which is
so
the one true power.
So when the Most High gave the command, it had to be done. Nobody had a choice. And the word was power, which we're referencing back to Mashiach. Yes, come on. You understand? That's why I say, and the word was power.
And like I said, I also see in the scriptures, the Most High used to do things in a way that he used to always put the other heathen gods in like a wavelength and show that there's nothing. He did that in Egypt. And I had a next story where it is some heathens at the Ark of the Covenant, and they was getting plagued.
Yeah.
And they take, I think, that dragon statue and put it next to the ark and it shatter. You understand? The Most High is showing how going on. Them not on my level. You understand? Them not on my level. He is always manifest that they're not on my level. Right? And you but it says, see now that even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Yeah, that's the better just read on. He kill and he make alive. You realize scripture didn't say he kill and another power make alive. Because when he deal with it, have nothing else could save it other than himself. So when you hear the scripture read, I have sworn by myself, there's no he swearing by the most powerful thing it has. You understand?
If you look at the other deities for these other nations and heathens and so forth, they just have a god of life,
Can.
a god of death,
A god of the
a god
grass.
of fertility,
A god of the air.
you know,
A god of the water.
for everything.
A god of light. A god of darkness. This is the god of all.
Yes,
Complete.
and over everything. That why when it, as I just reading Deuteronomy, I go back in the Isaiah 63 verse 5, they say, and he looked, and there was none to help. None to deliver you out of his hands.
Who could help you against the Most High? That was scripture that reads. What? The word of the Most High is shot like an arrow from a
mighty archer.
From a mighty archer. Who could turn it back?
So it's just word that goes forth and so forth.
Who could turn it back? If it's that is just a word to be done.
No, I think that is just put into the prophecy.
Go on.
The prophecy, I think it was. I think that is in Esdras, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's in the Apocrypha.
I think it's Esdras.
Yeah.
It says, so it's shot of a mighty archer. When it is shot to the end, and you're talking about the arms, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Right, say, and I looked, and there was none to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. It said, therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me.
Yeah, so that was. I mean, he waiting with the anger. You understand? He waiting with the anger. So don't feel that, alright, all these years pass and the anger will dissipate. Or the fury that he can come and go die down, because you know what I mean, as man, something will happen today and tomorrow you might be so upset about it. And the day after you might be upset at all. But it's not so.
That was like a 3-4 days ago.
Man, you understand? So that fury, it's upheld him. Meaning to say, yeah, that fury you're talking about, he still have it. That's still stuck up waiting. Just the poor.
And even today, it's to say what the scripture say, they say for he was but a little displeased, but the food of the affliction. You know, that's paraphrasing. Even today, they still do that. Because scriptures talk about what? I was thinking about that just I think earlier today or yesterday. When we talk about the yoke of iron. Yes, it's true, the physical yoke of iron on we next still. But through the draconian laws, we still under that yoke. You understand? They still have us in a chokehold. They still afflicting us, even though it mightn't be direct like how it was in time of slavery. You understand? They still afflicting us today, even today. Just more in a subtle way. Yeah, more in a subtle way. Just like the other day when they tell everybody you couldn't get a work unless you take, unless you take juice. No many people struggled, suffered because of that.
For them 2 years.
You understand? Suffered because of that. It's still that we still under that yoke. Just on a law type, just for lack of better words. From a law version, not actual thing on our
physical,
necks.
it's more mental now, and it's more
through draconian laws.
Yeah, that's how they do it now. They ain't gonna afflict your body now. They are afflicting your living. You understand?
Just like what they did in Egypt, when they had no food and we had to sell the self to be able to be able to live. Right, you see verse 6, right? Isaiah 63 verse 6, I say, and I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury. You say, and I will bring down their strength to the earth.
Yeah, I have a precept right there. He said he will bring down strength to the earth, right? This is Isaiah 14 and 11. He said the pump is brought down to the grave. You understand? And the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Here, because why? Right now America is what? Leading superpower of the world. You understand? But in that time to come, you say, how are they so low? You understand? Like, alright, not even in the time to come like now. How a nation like Russia could oppose all here? You understand? And always do what all they do with so much pride. To make the rest of the world seem like, yeah, always it. This is the place to be. So come Russia and North Korea, all these other smaller nations and all them could still come up and say, you know what? You see that all the past that we are following now, we doing our own thing. And anytime all they try to infiltrate the nation, it's a backlash. You understand?
But I say, I just the beginning of what you're talking about. Already in the kingdom, when it is they going and be the lowest and low, the nations going to remember. It's like them was ones who were in charge of the world.
And I went verse 11, the
Understand?
pump is brought down.
You understand?
According to Isaiah 63 and verse 6, you go bring them low to the earth. You know?
They was once our leaders and we had to go to them for all answers.
Huh?
And look at them now. Them doing harder work than we.
Verse 13, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of power, which is the Israelite. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
And physically too, because when you look at the space stations and so forth, there's actually
They
trying
are there.
to go into heaven to try to reach on levels that are godly, are godlike, because already and
To
truly
look down on everybody else.
they want to be like the Most High.
And that is why coming down to here. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation
God.
in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
They're not Babylon spirit.
God.
You know, like about with the Billy Tower up to the heavens.
God.
That is spirit that
And the same spirit, just modern day
Same
technology.
spirit. Now, why they call them? You see, when you see the characteristics, you can. When you look, like I often say, the Bible has spiritual characteristics, and through those characteristics, you can be able to tell who it is it's referring to. Now, the scriptures talk about the wicked. Scriptures talk about the characteristics of the wicked, and it suits who? It suits Esau. More than anybody else. Even though yes, every other nation does do certain things, even us, all nation. But when it comes to Esau, there's this. And they suit these characteristics that too. And those characteristics also you just read is no different. Right? They always trying to mix genes, split atoms, you know, create clones, all kind of
They want
foolishness.
to be like the Most High, do the things the Most High have done.
The first ones to claim that they went up into space on the moon, or
Which was, you know, that wasn't true, but
you know, that just spiritual characteristics.
Yeah.
It's to show forth and to be a testimony of who they are. Right?
verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And we know hell is what? Hell is on the lowest state, they will be brought down to the lowest state.
A place of much suffering.
God.
It's not gonna be done.
To the sides of the pit.
Because you say what they're going to have double wages we get.
Can't, what they give out.
Can't.
So, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroy the cities thereof?
You're going to be a laughing stock. You're going to be a laugh. I remember, you know, because remember, in that time when destruction comes, majority of the people who go in and be captives are the leaders of the world. And the high people per se, because they are the ones that can afford bunkers and all these different things. So it's the more or less is the elites of the other nations. Like all them guys who have real money and building cities in Dubai and shit. Them is the ones who got bunkers to thing, and it's more or less all the high people in the world. Because all the lower people they can't afford that. So they're gonna get wiped out. Majority of them gonna get wiped out. Except for the ones that do keep them in the bunkers to keep them safe because they want to use them after. But majority of them going to be the rich. So they're going on more or less the rich mostly will be the first fruits of captivity. And they're gonna be looking at Edomites like, "Thank you, Mr. Ross." I told him,
What's your last name? Your last name is not a choice.
you understand?
I didn't rent really for you, you know.
I remember sending a document for you and you never signed it.
I honestly thought you would have, you would have been pimping.
And you're seeing them so.
They didn't know what the shoveling dirt for, but they had a shovel there.
You understand? That the level they're going to be on and say what they're going to now and look upon them and say, is this the man? Is this the nation that had everybody in fear, that everybody was so afraid of? That even a mention of the name could make a man lose the job. You understand? That the kind of level that they are now. And that is show how great the Mosiah is. Like he going to bring all these people
Down to
nothing.
God.
The same way he did bring we down to nothing when we was playing around.
No, that is a thunder.
Yeah.
You know, like, read over verse 63, verse 6, and then you have the Joel 2 from 1.
Alright, Isaiah 63 verse 6 to say, and I will tread down the people in mine anger and make them drunk in my fury.
Yeah, drunk with the Most High fury, and that basically means what? No nation will be able to stand against them. You understand? Because if you watch any video clips, or even if you just drink alcohol, you know when you're drunk what is going on. You can't stand up, you can't hold attention, your legs not firm. You're easy to push, you're easy to wait, as they say, wait. You understand? You're always swaying when you're drunk. You understand? That's why most say they're going to be drunk in the fury, meaning nobody could stand against them.
They say, and I will bring down their strength to the earth.
Yeah, which means what? Bring them low. Because they was once high. Yeah?
You say the next piece of it?
You know, Joel 2 from...
Oh, so that's done this? That's done now?
Yeah, that's not 63, no. That is the point I wanted to get to in 63. Alright, Joel is after.
Yes.
Let me
Joel 2.
Yeah, 2 and verse 1.
Unless you're different prophecy, is it? Prophecy must be fulfilled. Now you see everything happening to our team. Everything happening to our team. And that's why when you see these people who want to scoff against prophecy, like before even the CHIP did manifest, that it was actually an actual thing that was being advertised all over, like before NFC and all that.
When
you
they
see,
were
those,
still working on it.
they were still scoffing hard. What?
It's a madman, man. What are you talking about?
To buy what? Buy and sell?
My answer
Now,
is what they do?
those
What
same people today.
No, they even make it into it. You know what they do? They say, like what they do, my grandmother. You gotta come in and change your bank card. And they put it in the bank card now.
I get
because
mine.
it's in the bank.
I
You understand?
I get a new one.
And it have it in it. It have it a little gold square in the corner, and that way everything is. And they say, well, yeah, we're going on, we change the card, and you need to come in to get any bank card to access your account.
I think from this year October or something, they were saying that the old one's phasing out, and you had to get a new one.
That is it. You understand?
Those same scoffers now, they're quiet. See, Joel 2 verse 1. Joel 2 verse 1, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and song an alarm in my holy mountain.
I have a piece of here, right? In Isaiah 58 and 1, it says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. You understand? And the reason being, why Joel 2 say what? Read it over from top.
It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion.
Right. The reason it say that there, and it say what? Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression is. If we show them their transgression, what? We'll be able also to show them our way to repentance. But we show them where they go wrong.
Because our trumpet is to give to sound that warning.
Can't sound that alarm. Can't. You understand? And that is that is what? That is the purpose out here. So if we show them the transgression, remember when you was shy, when you heal someone, you used to say, go forth, sin no more. You understand? So now when we out here and our brother come and he say, boy, so what about XYZ, and we answer him according to the scriptures and whatnot, now we could say, hey, raise that Israel and go down, show him the name, so on, so forth, so on and so forth, so on. A man cannot be justified in any ways. So when the time comes, he can't say he didn't know. You understand?
The Lord said that, he said if he had not come, that you would have not sinned.
Can't.
You understand? That is why he come. So to give salvation unto the ones that believe and destructions unto the one that doesn't. Right? Say, right. It's the song of alarm, my holy mountain.
Yeah.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Now I say what? They say, do it, tarry, wait. For it shall surely come to pass. Because the Lord not going to say something and testify it and then just change your mind.
Let me get a piece up on there. There's Isaiah 21 and from 3, right? Let's say, therefore are my loins filled with pain, and pangs have taken hold upon me, as the pangs of a woman that travaileth. I was bowed down the hearing of it. I was bowed down at the hearing of it. I was dismayed at the seeing of it. Which was what? The vision at this time. That we not even living in that time. What this vision is for right now?
Living close around that time, but we're not
close,
in exactly.
We're not in the time of this vision.
Exact time.
That is why the prophet Isaiah. That is why the prophet Isaiah said that. He said he lungs filled with pain. You understand? Verse 4.
Second, just see, when I saw these things, I was afraid.
Can't.
When I see those things.
That is why it said in Joel 2 and 1 there. You understand? Blow a trumpet, give the people alarm, let them know come in with fury.
Who shall deliver me in those days?
Can't.
All of them was in a similar mindset.
Can't. You understand? The verse 4, my heart panted. You know, like when a dog panted meaning out of breath, so his heart panted meaning what? It racing. He had a racing. He had all the know going on with him. My heart panted. Fearfulness affrighted me. The night of my pleasure had turned into fear unto me. Meaning what? The night of his pleasure, as in, you know, the scriptures always say what? They don't know when the day cometh, the Lord and the Most High will be dark. So he comparing it to night. The night of his pleasure, meaning the night you see the Most High coming, the Redeemer coming. When he get the fullness of the vision, it become fearful unto him. Because you see what the type of rat Yahushua coming back with.
Really and truly, when the night time comes, that is a time to relax and sleep. It's supposed to be pleasant to take a rest, but the vision, the dream that you get,
it make him fearful.
It wasn't nice. It was a nice experience.
Verse 5. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, arise the princes, and anoint the shield. You don't anoint that shield unless you're going to war. You're not going to use that shield unless you're going to war. You're not going to use that shield in time of peace. You know?
Now, why scriptures say in that time, they say they were going to beat the swords into hooks and so forth, because in the time the kingdom come, it will not no more wars. Which they want to say the Jews return, blah blah blah. You know? So why they didn't beat the spears into hooks? And you know, and the time of peace. Right. For thus had the Lord said unto me, go set a watchman, let him declare what is said. According to Joel 2:1. You understand? He said, blow a trumpet, that's what the watchman is there for, to warn the people. And that is what the men and the Lord has come out here for. Even though most of the people here are not trumpet and they don't want to listen. That is what we are out here for. At least have a watchman in the watchtower. You see the man who come in here? He act like if he was listening, right? I said that's the but yeah, that just show you that these people here, they don't have time, they don't care, they're more focused on what's going on now. They have no idea. No idea at all about what will happen next. They don't want to labor for the food that perish not. They're setting up the for the scripture, they're setting churches where dot and mud corrupt and thieves break in and steal. You know? Go back and enjoy it too. Joel 2, right? Verse 2. They say a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and is strong, there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. In verse 2 it says a day of darkness, that goes back into Acts 2 and 20 that we bring up earlier. Understand? A day of gloominess. The 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. The reason we call it night is not like actually after 7 p.m. and the stars outside. No, it's just dark. You understand? And on many occasions we say the prophets basically translate it into what they saw, wherever they know it as. I also say the allegory of a thief in general. You say, like, for example, like if you think about a thief in the night, a thief at the best time for a thief to come and rob you, and that night represents what? That state of darkness, a state of like mental ignorance. Like a lot of people are in, the way scriptures say, well, we are of the light and they are of darkness. You understand? So when they come out a thief in the night, it's because they are unaware that this thief coming, as in the sense of when the prophets go and take hold, they're not going to be looking for it. They're going to be asleep, more or less. They're not looking for that, they're not looking for it, they wouldn't know. They will be asleep.